BB, how you feeling physically, man? I know you've been banged up a little bit. Just how you feeling right now?
I'm good. I'm just getting old. That's about it.
Sorry.
No, you go. Here you go.
What was the injury, and just kind of how do you feel right now?
I feel fine. It was nothing major. Just taking some precautions, so I'm good.
BB, how frustrating has it been, if at all, in the Rushman room with Nick being out, Jonathan's dealing with something now, Draymond had a little bit of an injury, you had one. It just seems like it's got to be tough for you guys to stay healthy and be what you want to be and get out there full strength.
That's not so much as frustrating. It's just one of the things where it's the next man up. Getting a little banged up here and there is a part of the game. So that's why we all prepare the exact same way. We take the amount of reps and we take what we do seriously. So when it's time to work on your craft, on a day-to-day basis in practice, that's what we try to enhance it as much as we can. So that if somebody does go down or get hurt in a situation, the next guy ready to play. If
Coop and Nick are both out, you guys have to move bodies around at all up front this week?
A little bit. Yes and no, depending on the situation. But like I said, it's just a matter of some guys got to step up.
Deep in your heart, is there a defensive end? Is there a defensive heart that's beating? Deep in your heart, is there a defensive end wanting to get out? I mean, would you like to play defensive end a little bit?
Oh no, that's too much running. That's way too much running for me.
I just see the gleam.
Good where I'm at.
You just almost see the gleam in your eye when you get into the backfield real quick.
But if the ball flows away, I got to run too much. Yeah. I'm going to stay right there in my little 5-yard box.
BB, Tough Portland said that the theme this week is, I guess for a little while maybe, has been keep chopping the tree. Have you heard that theme also?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
It's one of those things where it's like, say for instance, if you're a lumberjack and you got one axe and you're trying to chop down a tree, you look at it as, you keep chopping and chopping. Chop number 100 was going to break it down. But in all reality, chop 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all counted. All 3 of those chops, or all 5 of those chops that you made contribute to that tree falling. So it's just one of those things where we just got to keep working on a day-to-day basis, coming out, going hard, working on enhancing our craft, and then working on, trying to elevate the things that we do wrong or we did wrong to not make the same mistakes going into next week.
And speaking of chops, previous chops, what is it that y'all definitely put your finger on that needs to be fixed, as this goes along?
One of the biggest things is kind of like the culture of, being a bullet, going 4 to 6, A to B plus 2, everybody pursuing to the ball. When you see the ball, no matter where it's out on the field, you see a bunch of gray hats surrounding it. So that's probably the biggest thing that we've been focusing on.
So instead of Land of the Wolves this year, it's Land of the Lumberjacks?
You can say that a little bit.
Baby, a lot of your teammates were very complimentary of how much you were able to contribute even when you weren't on the field playing during the game. What did you make it your goal to accomplish during that time?
I knew at that moment in time my job was to become a coach. And, as I go throughout the game, whether I'm playing or I'm having to, sit on the sidelines and watch, I'm doing everything that I can to pick up on little things, little indicators, and help some of the guys who are in the game, work on what they might be doing wrong or giving them tips to help them enhance their game so they're a little bit more comfortable playing. So I say my biggest thing was just trying to step back and coach a little bit more to kind of help them guys going forward in the game.
So now that Nick Bose is in that same position, how's he doing it? Is he a future whistle carrier himself?
He could be. We'll see what Nick wants to do. I'm not sure.
BB, health-wise, where would you say, percentage-wise, where you're at right now?
100.
100? 100%. And in the time that you kind of split time and took a little bit of a step back, what have you seen out of a guy like Devon who kind of filled in your role a little bit?
Oh, Devon's game is skyrocketing right now, and I'm proud of the way he's playing, and I can tell he's a lot more comfortable, and he's comfortable in the system, and Devon is going to be one of those guys, especially as we go throughout this season, you're going to see his game get higher and higher and higher, and it's going to be one of those situations to where it's going to kind of be a 1-2 knockout punch, and I'm proud of what he's doing, and I appreciate him because I couldn't play 60 snaps a game. I'll fall out.
Minnesota's starting to tackle for the first time this week. He's 6'9", 400 pounds. How do you get intimidated by a sizable player?
Me personally, no. I don't really get intimidated by a sizable player, but I will give him, hats off to him because he's very aggressive. He will try to finish you, and he can play some ball. If we don't come with our A game, we're gonna have an issue.
That's a big tree, isn't it?
Huge.
It's not a
why it's
pancake
11
block.
of us.
That's like an IHOP stack of pancakes block.
We all got to take a chop.
What is more imposing though, the height or the weight? I mean, obviously the weight. If he's in a spot, I would think that's tough to move. But what from your vantage point, what's the more intimidating part of that? Maybe intimidating is not the word. You know what I mean? The biggest
For
challenge.
me, the biggest challenge would probably be more of the weight, because that's a massive man. As far as the height wise, that kind of plays into my advantage, me having being shorter and having leverage. But the weight, I'm gonna get my money's worth with that one if I have my encounter with it.
Hey, BB, did you see maybe not a significant difference, or see or experience a significant difference in terms of success you guys had on pass rush against Indiana from the first and second half last week?
Yeah, we really started to. I felt like we started to get after the quarterback a little bit better. It made it really tough because their quarterback and their O-line from top to bottom are phenomenal, but they were getting the ball out so fast. So it kind of felt like you never really had time to really pass rush. It was more just try to close the pocket and make it just throw in the tunnel the best that we could. So, as the game went on, we were just kind of getting a mixture and getting a better feel for how fast he was getting it out. So we kind of had a better indicator of how fast we had to close the pocket. But it's one of those things you kind of just got to adjust as the game goes on.
Yeah, is that something that you see? I mean, that could be similar this week against Minnesota, or is it just a different timing thing?
It's kind of hard to tell, just because you never really know what you're gonna get until you get to game time. So they could go quick game. We could try to get the ball out fast. They could be more comfortable sitting in the pocket and just trying to let me go. So it's gonna be one of those things where we gotta kind of adapt to the game on the fly.
Is there any sense with the defensive linemen when you see teams taking all these deep shots against you guys, maybe you guys taking amongst yourselves to sort of short circuit that?
Kind of at the end of the day, like the way our defense is tied in all as one. So how we look at it is, it's one of those things where, as a D-line, if I get to the quarterback before he throws the ball, that makes the DB's job a lot easier. As a DB, if they shut down the corner, not giving the quarterback a target to hit, that makes our job easier. So it kind of goes hand in hand between all three of us, from the D-line to the LBs to the DBs. So we all just kind of play as one.
How much different are teams kind of scheming for you guys without Nick in there?
That's a tough question. Can't really answer that one.
That's all right.
The biggest thing I would say is teams are getting the ball out pretty fast. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't have an answer for that question.
BB, what hypothetically would happen if Terry McLaurin tried to block you? I know he's taking on DNs right now. What would happen if he tried to take on a guy like you?
Me and Terry gonna go for a nice little walk.
All right, BB.
Appreciate it.